Previously, I explained the first 5 paragraphs of the story, Taro'S Reward. Today, I will start from paragraph number 6. So, what we read last day, Taro could not remember. Okay, Taro was cutting woods, okay, cutting and chopping woods. Then what happened? He heard a sound. So Taro could not remember even seeing or hearing a rushing stream in that forest, in that part of the forest. So let me just explain the paragraph 5.1. Then suddenly Taro stopped chopping. What was the source? What was that sound he heard? He heard a sound. Could it be? Could it be possibly the rushing water? By rushing water, he heard that it was the sound of rushing water. Taro could not remember even seeing or hearing a rushing stream in that forest, in that part of the forest. He was thirsty. The axe dropped out of his hands and he ran in the direction of the sound. Then what happened? We explain till paragraph 5. Taro saw a beautiful little waterfall hidden behind a rock. Kneeling at the place where the water flowed quietly. Then Taro saw what he saw. He saw a beautiful little waterfall hidden behind a rock. Just it was behind a rock. That is why maybe he had not seen it before. Kneeling at the place where the water flowed quietly, he coughed a little. Cupped a little in the hands, in his hands. Cupped a little in his hands means you can see the meaning here. Took some water in his hands as if in a cup, like a cup. Okay. So cupped a little in his hands and put it to his lips. Was it water? Or was it sake? He tasted it again and again. But the taste was different. The taste was not like the water of water. It is tasting. It seems that the taste was like a sake. He was surprised, and always it was the delicious sake instead of cold water. And each time he was drinking it, each time it tasted like sake. Taro quickly filled the pitcher he had with him and hurried home. So he had the pitcher and he filled it and hurried home. The old man was delighted with the sake. Was very happy because he desired it. He wanted to drink sake. After only one swallow of the liquid, he stopped shivering and did a little dance in the middle of the floor. And what happened? Okay, when the old man, then Mr. Haruspada, drank the drank sake, what happened? He started dancing in the middle of the floor because he became very he stopped shivering and it provided him energy. Okay. That afternoon, a neighbor stopped by a visit. Taro's father politely offered her a cup of the sake. Okay, the lady drank it greedily and thanked the old man. Then Taro told her the story of the magic waterfall. The lady wanted to know how did they get it. So then Taro told her the story of the magic waterfall. Then Taro told the whole thing. Thanking them for the delicious drink, she left in a hurry. By nightfall, she had spread the story through the whole village, and what she did, she told the whole story, the story of the sake, what Taro had brought for his father. The story was, it had the story had spread by the lady, okay, in the neighborhood. That evening, there was a long procession of visitors. And what happened? The visitors that evening, there was a long procession of visitors to the woodcutter's house. Then all visitors came to the woodcutter's house. Each man heard the story of the waterfall, and each man heard the story of the waterfall and took a sip of the sake. Okay, so all of them came to know what actually happened, and each of them heard the story and took a sip of the sake. In less than an hour, the pitcher was empty. In less than an hour, the pitcher was empty. Next morning, Taro started for work. Okay, next morning, Taro started for work, then even earlier than the morning before. He carried with him the largest pitcher he owned. Next morning, Taro started for work. He had to work to earn money. Taro started for work then earlier than the morning before. He carried with him the largest pitcher he owned, and he carried with him the largest pitcher because he wanted to bring more sake today. He decided for he that day actually for he intended first of all to go to the waterfall because he intended that he would be the first one to go to the waterfall to bring sake. When he reached it, he found to his great surprise all his neighbors there. But when he reached there, he found that though he reached there earlier, he found to his great surprise that all his neighbors were already there. They were carrying pitchers, jars, buckets, whatever they have, anything they could find to hold the magic sake. Then one villager knelt and held his mouth under the waterfall to drink. Then one villager knelt and held his mouth under the waterfall to drink. He drank again and again and then shouted angrily. The man drank again and again, then he shouted angrily, "Water? Nothing but water. It's nothing but water. It's what? It's not sake. It's not sake." Others also tried, but there was no sake, only cold water. "We have been tricked," shouted the villagers. You know that the villagers shouted because why? Because the villagers shouted that they thought that they had been made foolish by Taro. Shouted then the "We have been tricked," shouted the villagers. "Where is Taro? Let us drown him in this waterfall." They got very angry and they decided to punish Taro for doing this. But Taro had been wise enough to sleep behind a rock, and he decided to hide him. Okay, and he saw how things were going. He was nowhere to be found, and he was not found by anyone. But he hid himself, muttering their anger and disappointment. Muttering means speaking unclearly. Okay, one more thing I forgot to tell you. Trick means deceived. Okay, made someone fool. Okay, trick. So they thought that he was deceived by. Sorry, the villagers thought that they were deceived by Taro. So muttering their anger. Muttering means speaking unclearly. So they were very angry. So muttering their anger and disappointment, the villagers left the place one by one. They left the place one by one. They were trying to trace Taro, but they were not able to do so because Taro hid himself behind a rock. Taro came out from when they went away. Taro came out from the hiding place. Was it true? He wondered. He was surprised. Was it true? Was the sake a dream? So he thought that yesterday what he drank, was it a dream? Once more he caught a little liquid in his hand and put it to his lips. It was the same fine sake. Then when he was going to drink it was sake, and when the villagers were trying to drink it tasted like water. To the thoughtful son, the magic waterfall gave the delicious sake. Because it is a magic waterfall, okay? So it is giving sake to Taro and others only water. So to everyone else it gives only cold water. The story of Taro and his magic waterfall reached the Emperor of Japan. He sent for the young woodcutter and rewarded him with 20 pieces of gold for having been so good and kind. Then he named the most beautiful fountain in the city after Taro. This, said the emperor, was to encourage all children to honor and obey their parents. So, what happened at the end of the story? So, we came to know that the when Taro was drinking the water of this spring, what happened? It is tasted like sake, and when others were trying to drink it, it is the taste of water, only water. So this story spread throughout the country, and Emperor of Japan, okay, and the news reached to, and the story of Taro and his magic waterfall reached to Emperor of Japan. He sent for means he called Taro, the young woodcutter, that means Taro, and rewarded him with the 20 pieces of gold. Why he was rewarded? Because the only quality, you know why? Why Taro got that? It is a reward. It is a gift. It is a magic gift for him because he was very kind, good. He was very humble, kind, and good. Why? He was kind and good, thoughtful, sincere, responsible son. Okay, responsible son. He was thinking about his parents. He was worried about his parents. Okay, he sometimes sometimes the children and the sons and daughters, they are not careful about their parents. They do not think about their parents. But Taro was so thoughtful. Taro was so sincere, so responsible, that he was thinking about his parents, and that is why he was actually uh, he was thinking how he could manage Saki for his parents, and that is why he got this reward. This is said. Okay, this is so why the king rewarded Taro to encourage all children. You know that, so the other children can also be like Taro. They should be sincere, they should be responsible, they should be thoughtful about their parents, they should pay respects, okay, they should be caring, they should be loving to their parents. Okay, so that is all. That's the end of the story. Next day I will discuss the question answers. Thank you.